We begin with Lorenzo, a gambler with more luck than sense. After beating Gino in a game, something that clearly wounded the man's ego, he suddenly finds himself being hunted by the henchmen of the most bitter loser in town. Gino simply cannot accept defeat and decides that the most mature solution is to have Lorenzo killed. Against all odds, and probably against all common sense, Lorenzo narrowly escapes. The next day, his friends give him the obvious advice anyone would: leave the city before you become permanent decoration in some alley. Lorenzo agrees and flees on horseback. Meanwhile, we are introduced to Pia, the city's princess, who is dealing with the recent loss of her parents to the plague, because medieval life clearly doesn't believe in easy, happy endings. Gino shows up offering help, but quickly reveals his true plan. He claims Pia's father owed him money, and that all the family's possessions now belong to him. The only way to repay the debt? Marry him. A very romantic plan, if you happen to be Gino. While Pia tries to deal with this absurd blackmail, Gino's men continue chasing Lorenzo. The gambler manages to lose them by hiding in a tree, a brilliant plan until the branch breaks and he falls unconscious. A group of nuns passing by finds Lorenzo and takes him to the church. Enchanted by his appearance and believing he cannot react, some of them begin kissing him, because apparently even a medieval convent can have its, let's say, less spiritual moments. When the Mother Superior appears asking who that man is, the nuns quickly invent a story. Lorenzo is our gardener, and he is both mute and deaf. Lorenzo hears everything and decides that honestly, it's better to keep pretending. After all, it's a great hiding place from Gino's assassins. Later, while he's taking a bath, two nuns walk in and end up getting very close to him. Clearly, Lorenzo has found the least conventional convent in history. Meanwhile, Pia's friends suggest a simple plan. She should disguise herself as a nun and hide in a nearby convent until the Russian prince Zinsko arrives to marry her. Pia agrees and goes to the convent. There, she notices Lorenzo working in the garden and asks the nuns who he is. They repeat the story: our gardener, mute and deaf. Pia watches him with curiosity, especially when she sees him sneaking into the bushes with one of the nuns for a moment that is anything but religious. A few days later, Prince Zinsko arrives at Pia's palace, only to be greeted by Gino, who tells him to return to Russia because Pia is going to marry him instead. Furious, the prince learns from a servant that Pia is hiding in a church and rushes to find her. Meanwhile, two nuns ask Lorenzo to teach them how to do something they've never done before. He agrees, of course. The result? An entire day of practical lessons, including the Mother Superior herself. Nothing like intensive education. Pia, who doesn't find any of this particularly holy, decides to confront Lorenzo. She teases him and kisses him, but disappears before he can discover who she really is. Later, she tells the Mother Superior that Lorenzo isn't mute or deaf. She heard him singing in the garden. The Mother Superior tests the story by whispering that she came to kill him. Lorenzo panics and speaks. With that, he is immediately expelled from the convent. Pia also leaves the convent and returns to the palace, and Lorenzo begs to go with her, claiming he has nowhere else to go. Pia agrees, perhaps happier about the idea than she wants to admit. During dinner, Lorenzo confesses that he has fallen in love with a nun who kissed him, even though he never saw her face. He wants to find her and marry her. Pia, of course, keeps the secret that the nun was actually her. Gino shows up furious when he finds Lorenzo with Pia and nearly kills him. Pia intervenes and makes a deal. She will marry Gino if he spares Lorenzo. Gino agrees and throws Lorenzo into prison. The next day, Pia demands that Lorenzo be released so the wedding can happen. When he gets out, Gino's men try to kill Lorenzo, but he fights them off and defeats them. Determined to save Pia, he returns to the city, just as the ceremony begins. At the wedding, everything turns into chaos. Prince Zinsko appears, declaring that Pia should marry him. A fight breaks out. Zinsko defeats Gino, but Lorenzo insists that the villain is his problem. In the final duel, Lorenzo pushes Gino into a well. After all the chaos, Zinsko asks Pia to marry him, but she refuses. Sister Melissa appears, and Zinsko realizes that she is the woman he has fallen in love with. Meanwhile, Pia finds Lorenzo and confesses that she loves him. He says he loves the nun who kissed him. Pia asks him to close his eyes and kisses him again. Finally, Lorenzo understands. And so ends this chaotic story of love, gambling, nuns, and terrible decisions, something that honestly feels like a medieval cousin of The Princess Bride. This film is inspired by stories from the classic literary work The Decameron by Giovanni Boccaccio, a 14th century collection of tales filled with romance, humor, and situations that were, let's say, quite bold for their time. And now I want to hear from you. Which character do you think stole the show in this film? Lorenzo with his ridiculous luck, or Pia with her clever plans? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.